Alright guys, welcome to this webinar here. This is about how I got 5,000 free visitors to my website, and I'm going to show you how you can do some basic key competition research to really play things to your advantage so that you can start getting free traffic to your website. Okay, so this is about keeping things simple, keeping things very straightforward and easy to digest. Because newbies tend to overthink things and basically overcomplicate things. And I'm going to show you something very special here, and I've got a very special announcement right at the end. Now, this is not a sales webinar. There's no pitch. There's no hook. There's nothing. I'm not promoting anything here. I'm basically going to share with you something really cool, something absolutely amazing that's coming to Taking Action Online in about a month's time. Now, unfortunately, this webinar here is a recorded one because last night on the 2nd of April, 2nd of March, I recorded a live webinar, but unfortunately the file got corrupted and it was just lost. It was just very frustrating, so I now have to re-record this again. Okay, but basically the learning outcome you're going to see here in this webinar here, you are going to understand what you can rank for. You're going to understand what keywords to avoid. You're going to understand what SEO ranking factors to ignore, because believe it or not, you can ignore a large portion of the ranking factors out there because they have no relevance to you, right? Especially as a beginner. And you're going to understand your limits as a single entrepreneur online, okay? And I'm going to show you how I got 5,000 free visitors to my blog from one single blog post using this exact strategy, all right? So, but first off, there are a couple of beginner mistakes that all newbies make at the beginning of their journey online, okay? Now, the normal thing is when you're doing keyword research or competition research, you go to a keyword research tool, and a newbie would normally type in something like, let's say, for example, lose weight fast, okay? And the keyword research tool would return something that's called like a false positive, where the results may seem as if it's a good keyword to go for because you can see from the picture there that there's like almost 40,000 people searching for it every single month. There's only 140 competing websites, and the SEO ranking is 85, which means it's a good chance of ranking on page 1. But this is actually false, because if you actually consider the lose weight phrase, the lose weight keyword, okay, if you take that phrase, newbies never understand that there is no intent behind that phrase, right? There's zero definition for Google to decipher what people are looking for. Yes, they are looking to lose weight fast, but there's no specifics involved, such as age, gender, location, what diet, how, where, what, where, when, okay? So that means that when Google gets a search query like this, they will return generic results, all right? And generic results mean they only return the big brand websites with big domain authority, loads of backlinks, because Google knows that they can handle and solve the user query, which is generic, all right? That is why that people, that newbies are left confused, because they think they're competing against these huge brands, and they completely misunderstand the process of competition research, which means they're completely left, wandering around, scratching their heads, going, oh my God, this is impossible. How am I supposed to rank for this keyword, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I'm hoping you see that. Hoping you see that the more generic the search term, the more generic the results. And when a search result is generic, they always return the big brands, because they're the only ones that have a volume of content that can satisfy that query. Okay, this is why you go after long tail keywords, because the long tail keywords are much more specific to the user intent and the definition for Google. Okay. So, long tail keywords give Google an exact user query, which they can match with your content so that they can bring your page or your blog post to the #1 ranking spot. Okay, so bearing that in mind, okay, don't overthink this. Apply some common sense to this. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean now. I'm going to show you a blog post I have. I'm going to show you how I've had over 5,000 visitors to this one single blog post. Okay. And this tutorial here will help you focus on what matters when it comes to keyword research and competition research, okay? So let me show you some examples here of free resources which are helpful, inverted commas, because even though they are from the most respected men in the entire SEO world, the problem is that they are too detailed, there's too much information, they are basically too good. Okay, which means that 95% of all the information inside these guides are completely irrelevant to people like you and me, because they're operating on a level that is so above and beyond any of us. We can't even compete. Okay. So, I want to just illustrate this to you here, that keyword research and competition research is about giving you content ideas to help you avoid certain mistakes in highly competitive keywords. It's not black and white, as in if you find a keyword, a keyword phrase that is, how to lose weight quickly by the weekend. Okay, if you write an article called 5 Easy Ways to Lose Weight by the Weekend, if you don't rank for that one specific keyword, it doesn't matter, because you'll rank for others. Okay, so it's never as black and white as one keyword phrase, one article, one ranking, and boom, that's the only thing that matters. It's about just creating high quality content and basically leveraging what you can do. Okay. So don't forget that when you write any article, if you do your keyword research properly and if you do your competition research properly, you will rank for thousands of keyword phrases you never even knew people were searching for. Because here's the thing, you have to remember there's one vital thing, okay? You are starting from zero, you're starting from scratch, okay? So that means that all these metrics that are out there for ranking and for competition and for increasing your visitor numbers and so on, all these metrics like the number of backlinks, page authority, link juice, internal linking, all these kind of stuff where people always throw up all these vanity metrics, they are irrelevant to you, because it doesn't matter which website you're competing against. Because you're brand new, every single website in the world is going to have more of these metrics than you have. Okay, so that means you just ignore those, right? And so right now I'm going to show you these free resources and explain to you why they are incredibly distracting and dangerous to beginners. Even though they are unbelievably valuable, they're so valuable, but in the beginning, your attention should not be on these kind of sources, because they are going to waste your time. You're going to spend far too much time reading and learning something that is irrelevant to you, all right? So I'll jump ahead now and I'll show you these free resources. And the resources I'm talking about here is from the Link Assistant and from Backlinko and from the Search Engine Journal. Okay, these are free articles here, which are a long list and very detailed explanation of the various ranking factors and competition and so on and so forth. Okay, now these sources here are so valuable. People like Brian Dean, they're so knowledgeable. They're just so clever and good at their job, and this information here is incredible, right? But here is the problem. If you, for example, look at this Backlinko one, okay? I'll leave a link below this video so you can have a look at these, and hopefully you understand what I mean here, right? There are 200 ranking factors in Google, right? 200. Now, here's what I mean about you have to understand the limitation of you being one single guy online trying to make money. Apart from maybe 15 or 20 of these, you cannot control or manipulate or use any of the other 180, okay? So ignore them, okay? Ignore them for now, because if you try and learn them, if you try and implement all these things, you're going to be bogged down in the nitty-gritty where you stop producing content, you stop actually making any progress, because you're getting so locked down into the technical nonsense of SEO, when the simple fact is, you do not need to know them, because the more generic a search term is, the more these 200 ranking factors matter, because that's the only way Google can distinguish between different websites. The longer the keyword phrase is, meaning the more specific the search term is, the less these ranking factors matter, because Google has a much easier time finding exactly what the user wants. okay, which is why people like myself and thousands of others can rank for low competition keywords, because Google knows exactly what we're writing about, because we're focusing on long tail keywords which are focusing on giving value, and our articles are focusing on actually solving people's queries. Okay, so that's the only thing you have to focus on. Now inside my action plan, or in step 6, step 6 of the action plan right here, inside the creating valuable content, there is the SEO section where I show you the ranking factors that you need to worry about. Okay, but for all these other ones here, should you be aware of them? Of course you should be. You should definitely have a read through these and have a look, because it's very valuable. But you have to understand that certain aspects of this has no relevancy to you. Okay, if you're a beginner, you do not care if you have a subdomain with the keyword in it. You do not care about your domain history. You don't care if your website has HTML errors, or if you have a diverse link structure, or all the kind of stuff. Where are they relevant? Of course they are, but as a beginner you have zero knowledge of even how to use them, right? You just focus on writing the best content you can, and the rest will follow very naturally. So you can see here in this list here is ridiculous. How are you supposed to understand all these? How are you supposed to understand and implement all these things? Okay, but the good thing is, a huge percentage of these 200 points are solved and implemented naturally when you focus on one thing: giving value, writing long content, and basically following the steps I have inside step number 6. If you follow these steps, then a huge proportion of these 200 ranking factors are done automatically. All right, that's the beauty of it. So I will leave a link underneath this video, so you can have a read through these, but you have to understand and approach this with a pinch of salt, and realize that the stuff you don't understand, which will be the vast majority of this stuff, it doesn't matter, right? So don't waste any time trying to learn stuff, and don't waste time learning this stuff yet, because your time should be spent building your website, creating content, and actually doing the nitty-gritty of actually building your business, not faffing around doing research on something that has no bearing on you yet, because you're not even at a stage where you're ranking for anything. So what does it matter if you understand some obscure hidden competitive analysis where you haven't even created a single blog post yet? So with that in mind, just remember, you're starting from zero. So don't worry about all these vanity metrics. Okay, so ranking metrics like page rank, domain authority, social shares, click-through rate, dwell time, email subscribers, brand awareness, internal link juice, keyword density, backlinks, all this stuff. Do they matter? Of course they do, but not to you, because you have zero. You have zero backlinks. You have zero internal link juice. You have zero authority, zero page rank, zero everything. So what does it matter? It doesn't. Okay, so when you're trying to rank for something, if you see a competing website that has 100 backlinks, it doesn't matter. Okay, it's about a certain key elements that I'm going to show you right here. You focus on the ranking factors or the ranking metrics which you can control. All right, now bear in mind, like I said before, if you follow the steps inside my action plan, you will automatically and just naturally complete most of these ranking factors anyway. Okay, but the ranking factors that you can control are things like content length, internal links, structure of your content, external links, the depth of your content, the relevancy of your content, meta description, title, and so on and so forth. Okay, so inside step number 6, jump in there and have a look at my SEO ranking factors, and these are the only ones you have to concern yourself about. Okay, at least in the beginning, because those are the only ones that you can control and you can make better. Okay, so the competition factors you look for when you're trying to rank, when you're doing competition research with keyword research, here are the things you look for. Okay, you're looking for are there adverts in the search results? All right, now I'll talk you through each and every single one of these in a minute. Is YouTube being shown as the first result? All right, is there a featured results video or list? In other words, is there a big, a whopping big featured snippet at the top? Are the top 5 results targeting the exact same keywords? Is the user intent being solved? Right. Now I'll now talk you through these one by one, but these are the ranking factors or the competition factors which you can take advantage of, because this gives you a clear indication if a keyword is worth writing about. Okay. So, are there adverts? Okay, and that's fairly obvious because if there are 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever adverts right at the top, then that is going to take away a certain amount of real estate from your potential clicks. Right now, if there are adverts, that's not the end of the world. But if you combine them with others, then yeah, it becomes more difficult. Okay, so with that in mind, is there a featured result snippet or video or list at the top? You get like these ones here, for example, where there's like a featured result there with usually a list of solutions to the query you're googling. If there's one of those and adverts, then you might want to try maybe not go for that keyword, because obviously you're going to lose most of the clicks to that advert and to that main featured image. And the next one here are the top 5 results targeting the exact same keywords. Now, if we search for something like, for example, the best time of year to visit Canada, if the first 5-10 results are virtually identical in terms of the headline, then like here, when is the best time to visit Canada, best time to visit Canada, best time to visit Canada, right? If you find that they're all virtually identical, then maybe ignore that keyword, purely because you are going to have a hard time trying to like set yourself aside from the competition, because you're all writing about the exact same topic, which means it's going to be difficult for Google to figure out why is your content better. Okay, why should they rank you when they already have 5 search results which are showing you the exact same result that you have. Okay, and the next one here, which is by far the most important. Okay, this is very, very important. Is the user intent being solved? Right, click and read the first couple of articles, right, and that are ranking on page 1. Do you feel they are the best results the user is looking for? So whatever the search term is, look at the results and think to yourself, is this giving the best value? Okay, could you include more that would be better value? Could you include more videos? Could you include a more detailed list? Could you include more detail that is a better solution to that query? So, for example, if there is a 1,000 word article ranking on page 1 at the top, and you think to yourself, my article is 2,500 words long, it's much more valuable, my article is better, then write it and post it. Okay, but obviously that is dependent on the first few points. If there's adverts, if there's a featured YouTube video, if there are 5 articles all having the exact same wording that the keyword is, then maybe not. Okay, just leave that one. But the main thing is the user intent being solved? And the last one here, is YouTube being shown as the first result, right? Quite often, depending on what you're writing about or what you're researching, if there is a massive featured snippet of YouTube videos, for example, then that is another warning sign that you might not want to target that particular keyword for a blog post. But obviously this totally depends on the user intent, because I'm sure if you think of the user themselves, depending on what they're searching for, like for example here in this one here, I've searched for a 15-minute circuit, which is not a long tail keyword, it's just quite a broad phrase. Whoever's searching for that is obviously looking for some kind of video, because it's a workout thing. Now the medium here, people want to see a workout, they don't want to read about it. So these types of user intent based search terms, you need to think about, is there any point in you writing an article here? Because 99% of people want to see a video. They don't want to actually read an article because they want to see it, because it's a visual medium, right? It's a visual learning when it comes to working out. So you do need to use some common sense here when you're thinking about a keyword. So those are the competition factors that you can look out for, and these are the ones that you can use to your advantage. Okay, so right now I'm going to share my screen with you again, and I'm going to show you my results from one single blog post that I've written using this exact strategy. Okay, I'll show you exactly what happened. I'll show you the 5,000 free hits I've had to my website in the last year to this one single blog post. So here I am inside my Google Analytics for ipoopcash.com, and here you can see these statistics here are for this article right here. Okay, This is an article about horse racing, because I'm in the make money online niche, and you can see here, if I click on query, you can see the keywords I'm ranking for, right? And you can see all the clicks here. So you can see I'm ranking, if you see the cursor here, you can see I'm ranking for 195 different keywords, right? Which is awesome, and it's from one blog post, okay? So the keywords that I was targeting this keyword here, horse racing systems that work. I was not targeting any of these other ones here. If I expand this here and show you, I was not targeting any of these keywords here, but these are all related, these are all similar, these are all based on my user query, which is why Google are showing them in the search results, right? So so this goes to show that even if you target something that is a low competition keyword that you think is going to be good. So if I take this and stick this into my keyword research tool, okay, and I come here, I'll just quickly pop this in here, search for that, okay? So we'll see what comes up here, okay? Just give this a few seconds. So you can see here, horse racing system that works. There are 32 searches, there are 45 competing websites, and the SEO score is good. There's 98. Okay, basically the higher it is, the closer it is to 100, the better. So that's a good keyword to go for, right? But also look at all these other keywords here that I'm ranking for potentially, and most of these I am in, as you can see here inside my Google Search Console. So if I jump into incognito mode here and search for this, you can see where I'm ranking. So here you can see I am ranking nowhere near the top. I am ranking on page 2, I think. Yeah, so you can see here I'm ranking on page 2 there. This is my blog here, right? 2 horse racing systems that actually work, right? And so even though I'm ranking number 2, and you might think, oh my god, that's rubbish, I'm not ranking, why am I not ranking, blah 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 blah. You can see, if I go back to my search results here, you can see that so horse racing, right? Okay, so this one here, this is where I'm ranking for that. I'm getting 270 clicks per month from that page 2 ranking, right? But because I ranked for that article, I'm getting all these clicks from all these other keywords here. You can see how there are 195 different keywords, okay? So you can see there how powerful this is. So, but if I go back to search results here, you can see that in terms of competition here, there is none, really. There's one featured result here, right? There are no adverts, which is good. There are no YouTube videos, which is good. The only negative here is the fact that this is a featured result, okay? And if you look at the results here, you can see that they're not really they're not really targeting the exact keywords, which is good. So this is a good one for me to go for. The fact that I'm ranking on page 2 is irrelevant to me, because I know that when I search and try and rank for these kind of words, I know I'm going to rank for hundreds of other keywords, which is exactly what happened. So if I go back here and I grab this one here, the one I'm ranking the most for, I'm ranking for this proven horse racing systems. If I jump on that and put that into my keyword research tool, you'll see the same thing, okay? Proven horse racing systems. You'll see what comes up. Same thing, okay? 56 average search volume, 48 competing websites, and SEO is 99, which means you're very likely to rank for this. Equally, you can see here all these other keywords here, all these other keywords, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of keywords that people are searching for. Again, if I jump into Incognito and search for this here, you will see that I am ranking number 4 here, okay? But let's say, for example, I wasn't ranking here. I wanted to target this keyword. I want to target this keyword here, so I would come here, search for this, okay? First negative is that there are 3 YouTube videos, okay? Which is not a good start, but it's not the end of the world. There are no adverts, which is very good. That's a tick in the plus. There are no featured results, as in featured snippets or a big video. That's good, and a tick. If you look at the first 2 results here, you can see that these what they're searching for, the user intent, they're looking for a proven horse racing system, right? And the first one here, proven betting system, yeah, that's very relevant. Horse racing systems, yeah, that's fine. Horse racing strategies, yeah, that's okay as well, okay. And then there's me, but they're quite different, right? They're not identical. So they're very different, and that's good, right? Because that means there's leeway to actually stand out. It means Google will understand the difference between these articles. And also it means that when someone searches for this, it's easy for you to stand out because you can change your meta title here, okay? But the last one here is the user intent, okay? And the quality of the content. If I actually click on one of these here and look at this here, look at this article. It's from 2006, which is a very, very long time ago, right? And you can see here that, look at the formatting here. The formatting is terrible. There are no images, there's no videos. It's just all clunked together, like lumped together. It looks absolutely terrible, right? This is not a well-formatted article at all. So in terms of, I mean, the content might be good, but the user experience is awful, right? It's not good at all. So that is a plus for me, and it's a very, very old article. So I'm thinking, can I write an article that's better than this? I think I can, especially in terms of the user experience and in terms of SEO, because you can see there are no internal links, there's no videos, there's no images, nothing. So there's very little value there. Equally, if I go to the next one here, the second one, this article here this website looks like it's from the 1990s. It's not even secure, all right? So again, here it's very poorly edited. There's no images, there's no videos, nothing. So for me, this immediately tells me that I can write better than that. I can create better content. And I wrote my article here, and hey presto, it ranks on page 1, okay? Obviously, I wanted to rank higher, obviously I do. But the fact is, I knew that there was a very good chance of me ranking on page 1 here, purely because of the fact that there's no competition here. It's confirmed by the keyword research tool that tells me that this, in terms of SEO, this is a very good keyword to go for. And when you actually look at the results here, you can see there is no dominant ranking. There is no dominant competition here that should be there. Okay, so that means there is room for you to sneak in and capture some traffic. Okay, so I'm hoping you understand what I'm trying to show you here. And also this means that you know for a fact you are going to rank for a multiple range of keywords related to that. Because when you look at the keyword research here, you can see that all these keywords are all relatively low competition, okay? Which means that you will rank for a multitude of all these keywords, because when you write your article, you will naturally include keywords and phrases and locations and just basically information that is relevant to this niche. And as long as you follow my action plan, as long as you follow the steps inside step 6, you will tick so many boxes here, and you will see rankings like this because you're providing value, you're writing for the audience, you're writing for the user experience, and you're solving their user query. Okay, and that is what's important. But I want to reiterate here the fact that when I'm looking at these results here, I am purely focusing on those 5 competition metrics. Is there a featured result? Are there lots of YouTube videos? Are there lots of adverts? What's the content like for the first 3 results? Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Are the titles here different? Okay, so you can stand out. That's what I'm looking for, because this what really wins money.co.uk. I don't care how many backlinks they have. I don't care what their page authority is. I don't care if their HTML structure is better than mine. I don't care about all that technical stuff. I don't care. I really don't care, because I know it doesn't matter. It matters later. It matters when you have the time, the staff, the resources to actually implement that stuff. But in the beginning, whether or not that this website here has more backlinks, I don't care, because it doesn't matter, because I can't do anything about that. Okay, all I care about is writing content that brings in traffic, and all the other stuff, the backlinks, the structure, all the other ranking factors, they come later when you actually have the resources to actually do something about it. So, for example, here, when I Google this, had there been lots of adverts, had there been like a featured snippet and loads of content here that was really, really good. I mean, had I clicked on this article here and read it and thought, wow, this is a good article, like I can't write better than this, then I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't target these keywords. Okay, so I'm hoping you see what I'm doing here. because this is the process. You're looking for a backdoor. You're looking for those low competition keywords that you can target for and bring in traffic, because that's what we do. So when you're doing this, that's what to look for. Okay. Now you can download this PDF here, so you can get a copy of what I've been talking about here. But the important thing to remember, like I keep saying through this, you are starting from zero. Okay. How many backlinks somebody else has, or how many blog posts, or how many social followers, or whatever, it doesn't matter, because you cannot do anything about it. Okay. So all these ranking metrics, they're irrelevant to you because they're always going to be higher. Okay. So I'm hoping you understand what I've shown you here. I'm hoping you understand what I'm trying to teach you, because it's so important, because you know what, it works. Simple as that. You know, the proof is in the pudding. I've just shown you there. I've shown you what the results are. Okay. 5,000 free hits over the last year from this one single article. Okay, and it came from keyword research, and it came from doing some basic competition research and checking out the competition. I write the content and it ranks. As simple as that. Okay, I don't do any backlinking. I don't do any sneaky voodoo stuff. I don't do any underhand things. I just write the article and post it, and that's it. Okay. So I'm hoping you have learned now what you can rank for. Okay, what keywords to avoid. You know, avoid short generic keywords. Okay, focus on the user intent. What is it they want to know about that search term, and that's what you write about. Okay, and I'm hoping you can see now that the vast majority of ranking factors you can ignore, because the ones you don't understand, you don't have to understand, and the ones that are irrelevant are the ones that you're doing anyway without even thinking about it. Okay, so understand your limits as a single entrepreneur here, and realize that you just have to do what you can, because you don't have the resources to do anything else. Okay. So with that in mind, I'll wrap it up here. So I'm hoping you now have a better understanding of how you can do some basic keyword competition research to leverage Google to get free traffic to your website. Okay, I've just shown you that I'm receiving over 5,000 free hits a year to one single blog post on our website. Okay, and guess what? You guys can do the same. You just have to find those keywords, check out the competition, see if there's an angle, see if you can get in there, write the article, post it, and that's it. And you're going to start ranking for a multitude of keywords related to that search term, right? So I would urge you, go through the action plan, jump into step 6, actually just watch, learn, and develop, and take the action you need to start building an online business, right? So thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you again in the next tutorial.